Hello, everyone. How are you doing today? My name is Samantha Allendary. I'm a speech language pathologist and the founder of Parkinson Voice Project. I'm here to take you through your speak out exercises. Are you ready to speak with intent? Today's topic is out and about at the zoo. Everybody say that with intent. Out and about at the zoo. As you're speaking, I want you to be very deliberate, saying every syllable with intent. Let's say this again. Out and about at the zoo. Again. Out and about at the zoo. So it takes a lot of control to be able to say every syllable with intent, but that's what we're shooting for, being able to do that in conversation. Let's go ahead and take a sip of water with intent. That means to be deliberate and purposeful. With Parkinson's, you have to use intent all the time. And it can be exhausting. I know it can. But hopefully these exercises are going to make it easier. Let's go ahead and start with the first speak out exercise, the warm up. I want you to lift your voice and project it over your computer. Here we go. May, me, my, mo, moo. I always say that we do this in cursive. You try to connect the sounds. Ready? May, me, my, mo, moo. Again. May, me, my, mo, moo. Always reach for the last syllable, even in conversation. We're always reaching for the end to make sure we don't trail off. Let's do it again. May, me, my, mo, moo. One more. May, me, my, mo, moo. Very nice. Let's go ahead and take a sip of water. I want to encourage all of you. I want you to think about this. It is virtually impossible to use intent all of the time. The key with Parkinson's is to increase your awareness, to become very aware of when you are not speaking with intent, when you're not eating with intent, when you're not walking with intent, okay? If you increase your awareness to when it's happening, then you can correct it right away. So maybe you start to say a word and you realize, oops, I wasn't using intent, and you shift it. You make it better. You say it in a different way. Same thing when you're walking. You're walking, and then all of a sudden you start getting the festination, the small steps, and you become aware, highly aware of it. Instead of keep trying to walk like that, you stop and say, I'm going to walk with intent. So that's a very important skill, to be able to become highly aware of what's happening. And when you're not using intent, you correct it as fast as you can. Let's move on to speak out exercise number 2, the ahs. Deliberately open your mouth and speak out. Ready? Ah. Good. Let's do it again. The sound should be clear. It shouldn't be scratchy. So if it's scratchy or gravelly, I want you to project out more, reach more forward, okay? See if it clears up. Let's do it again. do it again. If you can't produce an that's clear for that long, you only produce the amount of time that comes out clear. So sometimes when people first start speak out, maybe they can only get 2 or 3 seconds out in a clear voice. That's okay. You just hold it for 2 or 3 seconds and then you stop and then you try it again. To make the voice come out clear, it's the coordination between the breathing muscles and the vocal folds and whether they're in sync. And when they're not in sync, that's when you get a voice that isn't clear. So sometimes you have to build up to it. Let's do one more ah. Ah. Good. Let's take a sip of water with intent. Think about it. The next speak out exercise is the glide. Project a steady ah forward first and then start gliding. Ready? Ah. Stop. All the way. Good. Let's do it again. This exercise is working on the vocal folds. When you raise your pitch, they stretch one way. When you lower your pitch, they stretch a different way. But it's also about using intent and being in control. Sometimes when people first do this exercise, they go, ah, and it's just out of control. We are taking back control of our voices. So be very deliberate when you do this exercise. Let's do it together again. Good. Let's do it a little bit faster. It'll make it a little bit a little bit easier. Ready? One more. Stop. Close the mouth. Good. Go ahead and take a sip of water. We have a cute, well, I really like this picture. Everybody say, out and about at the zoo. Say that with intent. Very good. Every syllable with intent at all times, every time you say something. Let's move on to the counting. We're going to count to 16. We're going to say every number. It's really important that you're not chanting, so it's not 1, 2, 3. We're lifting. 1, 2. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16. When you lift the voice, the vocal folds move in a different way. That will help your voice to be more colorful. Try to do it. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Reach for the end. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Let's go backwards. We'll slow down a little bit. We'll use more intent. In fact, I won't use the paper. We're going to stretch out the vowels. Start with 16. 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good job. Take a sip of water, everybody. Are you working hard? On a scale of 1 to 10, what number are you at? How much effort are you putting forth? We're going to move on to the reading. We're reading these sentences with intent. I highlighted some words, so we are going to exaggerate those words. We're taking control. All right, here we go. These are things you would say if you went to the zoo. Ready? 2 tickets, please. Next one. Look at the baby elephant. Now keep in mind, when you're reading, it should not sound like conversation. It should be exaggerated. That's how we move the muscles to have a more colorful voice. Ready? We need a map. Next. That snake is huge. Next. Let's go this way. Stretch out the highlighted. Ready? What does it eat? Next. Hold my hand. Next. There are 3 hippos. Every word with intent. Ready? Look over there. Next. How tall is the giraffe? Next. Where are the monkeys? Next. I'm thirsty. Next. Watch your fingers. Next. Let's buy a snack. Next. What's that smell? Next. I'm getting tired. Next. Don't feed the animals. Next. Time to go home. Next. I see the tiger. Next. Walk with intent. All right, go ahead and take a sip of water. I know sometimes when we're doing the reading exercises, it can sound like maybe I'm talking to a younger audience. I don't mean to do that, but when you read these in a more exaggerated way, you will move the mouth more, you will move the vocal folds, they will stretch more. So when you do these exercises, you need to do the reading that way. All right, we're going to do a few categories. I want you to say every single word with intent. Reach for the last word you say. Don't let it trail off. Name the most popular animals at the zoo. Let's see if we thought of the same ones, or that you and Lisa thought of the same ones. Read them with intent. Tigers, elephants, lions, monkeys, bears, giraffes, hippos. Be deliberate. List the animals you might find in a petting zoo. Say each one. Be very deliberate. Let's read these together. Goats, rabbits, miniature donkeys, ponies. Last one. Describe what you would see at the reptile and amphibian house. With intent. Use your best voice. If you're doing this outside of these exercises, you should be able to think of 10 to 20 items in a minute. Name these with intent. Snakes, frogs, lizards, turtles, toads. All right, go ahead and take a sip of water. All of you know, especially if you've been practicing with us a long time, that Parkinson Voice Project is a nonprofit. Since 2008, we have not charged for any of our services. We don't charge for therapy in our clinic. We don't charge for these online practice sessions that we conduct 5 days a week. We don't charge for our sing-along. We don't charge for the workbooks. We do raise money twice a year, in June and the end of the year. And I need to show you something. So if you're on our mailing list, you probably received this. Oh, it's pretty small. Let me see. I don't know how to make it bigger. I'm so sorry. I don't know. I'm going to go ahead and read this. I think this might be way too small for you to see it. Let me just tell you what. In the mail, if you're on our mailing list, and a lot of you aren't on our mailing list, so I ask you to please go to our online donation page and make a donation. But if we raise $250,000 by June 30th, we will receive $100,000, okay, from someone that's been in our program. And what we mailed to those of you who perhaps made a donation before and are on our mailing list, a wish list. Our fiscal year begins in July, and so on our wish list, I'm just going to read some of these. We project that we are going to mail out 8,000 Speak Out workbooks that we don't charge for. We're going to conduct 12 Learn About Parkinson's webinars. We're going to conduct, this number is wrong. We will conduct 250 online practice sessions like we're doing today. We're going to conduct 50 sing-along groups. We're going to treat in our clinic 200 new patients. These are projections. We also believe that we're going to train 4,000 speech-language pathologists and graduate students for free. We provide a lot of free training. And we're going to provide therapy and research equipment to 25 therapy and research centers. Julie is going to post this image in the chat, but you'll see how much it cost us for each item. So we appreciate all of you going in and making a donation. Help us to continue these sessions and to keep shipping out those workbooks and training all of those speech pathologists and students. We appreciate your help, and thank you to everybody else who has already donated. So we have until June 30th. And if you're new to these sessions, I want you to know we do not raise money all year round. We don't send you letters all year round. We do this in June and the end of the year. Okay. Dr. Boone's words, every word, every syllable with intent. Ready? Gula ganga ga. Gula ganga ga. Next one. Kukamanguka. Exaggerate. Kukamanguka. Don't let it trail off. Gangla. Gangla. And the last one. Kukla. kukla. The last part of our exercise, we're going to do the bonus reading. There's the bell. We're going to read the lyrics to the song Talk to the Animals. When you take a song and you force yourself not to sing it, you're just going to read the lyrics. You use more intent. You activate the intentional motor system. I have a hard time reading these lyrics. I have a cute little music box that I received from my great aunt. And when you pull the string, it plays Talk to the Animals. And so I really have a hard time just reading these lyrics. But we're going to read them with intent. Exaggerate, okay? Exaggerate the highlighted words even more than the other ones. Here we go. Oh, if I talk to the animals, just imagine it. Chatting with a chimp in chimpanzee. Imagine talking to a tiger, chatting with a cheetah. What a neat achievement it would be. Now, are you being deliberate? Are you getting every syllable? Exaggerate it. Ready? If we could talk to the animals and learn their languages, maybe take an animal degree. I'd study elephant and eagle, buffalo and beagle, alligator, guinea pig, and flea. I would converse in polar bear and python. I would curse in fluent kangaroo. If people asked me, can you speak rhinoceros? I'd say, of course, can't you? Very challenging to be able to read lyrics, especially to a song that you like and you know very well. But it is a wonderful way to build strength and endurance and get you used to speaking with intent. If you can't speak with intent when you do the reading, if you can't be deliberate when you're doing the reading, you will have a really hard time doing it in conversation. So work extra on the reading, and you can download today's reading material. And sometimes I might like to read the lyrics like we did, read it a couple times, and then go ahead and sing the song with intent. Thank you for joining me today, and thank you to everybody who is helping us to raise money this month. We are very grateful to all of you. Have a wonderful day. I'll be back tomorrow.